Well, I'm joined now by sports journalists Aisling O'Connor and Ian Stafford. Thank you for joining us this evening. 10 Welsh players. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot, but it has been pretty much the case throughout the three tests. The reason why he's picking so many Welsh players isn't actually just because he's the Welsh coach, although he knows them better than the other players. It's because
is he just playing safe?
No, Wales won the Six Nations, remember, and in March they absolutely hammered England 30 points to 3. So they are the best team available from the four nations involved in the British and Irish Lions. So it's not so much the fact that there are 10 Welsh who are playing, it's which Welsh are playing, and more importantly, which non-Welsh are not playing.
Aisling, you're nodding your head. You think he's made poor decisions?
I think he has fallen back on the safe option. This is what he knows. His back's against the wall. It's the decider, and he's got to go with the guys that he trusts the most. And this really comes down to his centre pairing. He's got a choice between Jamie Roberts, who's coming back from injury, and Jonathan Davies together. You know, they are the Welsh centre pairing, or Brian O'Driscoll. You know, the man who's most famous.
He was the big surprise, wasn't he?
Most famous man in a red shirt in the Lions, and I think. Whereas form and reputation shouldn't come first, I think there is something about pedigree.
Well, the thing about, I mean, at the beginning of the week, people were talking about Brian O'Driscoll being captain.
It's a major snub for him, isn't
it? You could be seen that way. I mean, there were those who will argue he's not been playing that great. But the flip side of that argument is, you know, it's the massive, massive game. He's never won a Lions series. He's not playing, and he's quite old now, so he won't play again as a Lion. But you have to remember as well, there's an old adage in rugby, it's the forwards, it's the fat boys, if you like, who win the game, and it's the backs who decide by how much. So if the backs, Brian O'Driscoll's one of them, don't get the possession, don't get the platform to attack, which they didn't really in the last test, there's not much they can do. So it's a big, big call. Basically, if the Lions win, Gatland will be hailed as a genius and brave.
But it could badly backfire, couldn't it, actually?
He'll be hammered.
It could, and then the press will come down on him like a ton of bricks. You know, the last time there were 10 Welshmen in the side was the 1950s tour, and they lost both tests to Australia. And I think also Wales's record as a national team against Australia is pretty dismal. They've won one test in the last 13, and that was in 2008. So why does he think that this particular team can beat Australia now? OK, well, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there. I think we should be supporting the boys wherever they come from.